Well, we can do the same thing with machine guns that they did with rifles.
Yep.
Take what the Russians had, make some improvements, and make it their own. These aren't all captured Russian Maxims. They did certainly use captured Russian Maxims, but they also bought their own Maxims, and this is, in fact, an original Finnish Maxim gun, and a couple of cool improvements to it. So the one very obvious one is this, what's called a tractor cap or a snow cap, which I may... These guns have water jackets, and on the standard Maxims, you've got this little threaded plug that you fill with water. Well, one of the strategic national resources of Finland is snow. But snow is hard to pack through one of these little holes.
Quite honestly, water is too. We've tried original Maxim jacket with that little hole is a slow and tedious process. Even if you were just using water, this would be far more rapid and easy to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
And certainly with snow, you can open this, pack in snow, and fill the water jacket with melted snow. A couple other things to this. Grips are improved. They're bigger, just make the gun easier to handle. And there's actually a rate of fire adjustment in there. You can there's an accelerator or a buffer that can slow down the gun if you want it to be slower.
And this goes back to the marksmanship to a gun. Even something as rugged and brutal as a belt-fed, semi-in-place machine gun. Increasing the rate of fire, you can apply it in a way that would be differently than just a consistent one.
Yeah.
There was one other thing we learned which was interesting is that typically this tube goes back into a condenser tank. We've got a tank next to it with water in it.
Right.
You stick the tube in it, the steam comes out, it goes into the water, cools, and you have the water recurring. They didn't do that so much. They would throw the tube away from them, and the steam coming out would indicate not exactly where they are, but off to the side. And they didn't worry about recondensing it in a tank.
Well, the thing was, there's enough snow and water here in Finland that they didn't carry a water tank.
You weren't worried about having water with you because it was everywhere.
Makes sense. Another element of the improvement and the finesse is the mount of this thing. With a belt-fed, emplaced machine gun like a Maxim, the mount is actually, in some cases, as important or more important than the gun itself.
Yeah.
And so there is a tremendous amount of incremental and very controllable adjustment built into the mount here. There are control stops. You can set a field of fire. You have actual, I think these are probably radians or milliradians, markings built into the adjustment in the windage elevations. This is far more capable than a Soviet or Russian Sokolov mount.
Up into and including even just knee pads for when you're in a firing position.
Yep.
That's a big deal.
One of these is missing, but these are knee pads. That's how you are in position behind the gun. And at the same time, we're still using, this is actually a Finnish belt, but it is compatible with a Russian belt, uses Russian ammunition, so you can make your own, or when the Russian bear does inevitably attack, you can capture their stuff and use it back against them.
Earlier today, during the Winter War, the Russians were an excellent resupply chain.
Yes.
So there you are.